Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back, you guys. So, with another video, I hope that you guys are doing well. It is a Sunday, the day after, well, a couple days after the election. Woo, I hope that you guys, we all made it, right? Didn't it seem like it was like so much to deal with? And woo, the anticipation was killing a lot of people. And yeah, Biden and Kamala Harris won. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm just kind of like, I wasn't even feeling like either of the candidates. So I was just kind of like, yeah. But anyway, welcome, you guys. So if this is you guys' first time tuning in, my name is Joy. I help people overcome narcissistic abuse. I have been dealing with narcissistic abuse since 2010. And since 2016, I have been helping people overcome narcissistic abuse. So, as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about how to heal PTSD and childhood traumas as an empath. Now, I know I made a couple of videos previously where I talked about what it means to be an empath and how it's different, and people may view being empath as, as a curse or being sensitive as a curse, but I don't agree with that. But the thing about an empath and how we deal with traumas and PTSD and childhood wounds, it's different, right? We take it more personal. It affects us on a different level. And so sometimes it can be difficult to overcome, difficult to get over it. I know me myself, I consider myself as a sensitive empath, HSP, highly sensitive person. So me overcoming these traumas was a challenge. And from time to time, I still may have those triggers, but it doesn't really bother me as much as it did previously when I was in the situation. So I just want to like kind of go over, give you guys some tips on how to heal, especially like if you are struggling with it and how to overcome it. Tip, daughter of the Most High. Hi, can you explain? Yes, PTSD is basically an experience that you go through and it affects you in a way where you're not able to get over it. It's basically a traumatic experience that happens in your life and you are not able to overcome it. You're always having triggers and memories and thoughts about it, and it's impossible for you to forget about it. Right? That's basically what PTSD is. Now, you may experience PTSD as an empath. So you experience that, but you also experience childhood traumas, right? Now, childhood traumas can come from, when your parents and siblings may have argued, like when you were younger, right? Or being yelled at as a child. That's how you could have gotten traumatized. Also, physical and emotional abuse, being bullied. Those are all things that you may have gone through, and it really affected you, and you took it personal. And you're like, as a child, you're like, what is wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? And thank you. I am experiencing that currently. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, a lot of us, we experience it, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. But definitely this video hopefully it will help to kind of ease the pain and help you to start working towards healing. Like I said, me myself, it was a challenge for me to overcome my childhood traumas because I was really angry with my parents. I was frustrated because I felt as if my parents didn't really get to know me. Like they didn't love me emotionally, or they wasn't there for me emotionally, in meaning like I was provided for in all ways. I thank my parents for everything that they ever done for me. They were great. But it was just like they didn't spend time with me getting to know me, Joy, right? As the individual person that I was. Like they didn't know the things that I liked, the things that I enjoyed, the things that made me happy, like the things that I was excited about in my life. And it's like they were my parents. And it's like I'm thinking they should be getting to know me. But they was more so just kind of focus on themselves, focus on work, which I get. They was just doing the best that they could what they knew, right? Maybe they didn't know how to love in that way that I was expecting, but it was just so hurtful in that moment, right? And I'm sure you guys could kind of, you felt that way too about your parents. And I know that I think that's maybe probably one of the reasons why I did attract narcissists, because I feel like I was trying to get that need, that unmet need met through other people when it was like my parents were supposed to do it and they couldn't, and they didn't know how, and it's probably like they didn't get their needs met either. So it's like, how can they do that for me, right? And to me, that was sad. I had to grieve that was very painful, very hurtful. But yeah, I was able to just hold my inner child. Like one of the things that I recommend is grieving, and it's scary to cry, right? It's scary to think about how maybe you were abandoned when you were a child. Maybe, emotionally, like your parents, they was not there for you. Maybe you felt yourself alone, or maybe you didn't get attention from your parents. Maybe they would be giving other people attention, or maybe they be too busy on the phone, or be too busy at work, and they just say, oh, well, be quiet, go in the room, just really neglecting you. And that hurt, right? So tip daughter of the Most High, yes. Abandoned, yes. Rejected, yes. It's, oh my God, like, and make sure you subscribe, tip daughter of the Most High. I like that name too. But yes, it's so hurtful to feel abandoned by your parents and feel rejected. And some of us, maybe we decided to go no contact with our parents if they're narcs. Now, if your parents aren't narcs, maybe they're just normal people that just didn't know how to love you. And maybe they still don't. Sometimes it could be an ongoing of feeling rejected. And that is so excruciatingly painful, you guys. Yes. So here's what I would recommend. So I kind of already mentioned it, but definitely what I would say to heal is to kind of be aware of what it is that you went through as a child and how you felt. Like, kind of have that come up into your reality. Kind of think about that. Don't really dwell on it. But if you're working towards healing, you may need to kind of be aware of what happened and how you felt. So if you felt, abandoned and rejected, don't try to run away from it. Just feel that, just be like, or accept it, right? You have to accept how you felt as a child. There's no getting away from that, because my thing is, that's how you learn your relationships. Like your parents, they're teaching you how to, show up in relationships. And this is how relationships should work. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it wasn't the healthiest, or it wasn't constructive. You know what I mean? So yeah, kind of have that awareness. The other thing is, I mentioned, grieve that your inner child's, the needs were unmet. Right. This could be like a lifelong process. This is not an overnight thing, right? But you're going to have to feel those feelings of not having your needs met as a child. Your parents, they just was not emotionally available. And I know that sometimes we have parents that are emotionally available, and then we somehow attract partners that are emotionally unavailable because that's home to us, right? Because that's all we knew as a child. Our parents, they didn't get to know us, right? They didn't see like who we was. So that's when we go out in the world and we attract emotionally unavailable partners. And then we wonder why it didn't work out, or why we're still single, or why things, are not moving forward in our love life. That's the reason, right? So it's like, once you fix that, or once you just accept it and you forgive, then you can move on to attracting emotionally available partners. And like, you would see like, okay, so this person reminds me of my mom, or this person reminds me of my dad. And not like, and we love our parents, I'm sure. Except if they're narcs, no. But if they're normal people that just didn't know how to love you, we accept it, but we know that that's not what we want to deal with. We don't want those kind of unavailable partners in our lives, right? Or those relationships. And that could even be with friends too. You may have emotionally unavailable friends that just maybe gossip about you, or suck you dry emotionally, or maybe jealous or envious of you. You don't want to have those kind of relationships in your life, right? All right, so, and this kind of ties into what I'm about to say next on how to heal PTSD and childhood traumas, is you may have to set boundaries with your parents, or with people that that could have caused you traumas. People that may have caused you to feel less than, or abandoned, rejected, or sad, or lonely, and not good enough, right? So you're going to have to set those boundaries. And it may be hard because, again, this is family. We feel obligated. We feel like we need to have them around us, or we feel like, we owe them everything. But no, your emotional and mental health, your peace of mind is everything. And if a person is making you feel, less than or uncomfortable or not how you feel like you should feel in that moment, then you're just going to have to set those boundaries, just only talk to some people maybe during the holidays or every once in a while, or maybe once a month or once a year. Like you don't owe anybody anything at the end of the day, right? You only owe things to yourself and to your creator and to God. That's it. You know what I mean? Or to your children, depending on, how the relationship is. All right. The next thing is forgive your parents. I know I may have mentioned this or may not have not, but you got to do that because you don't want to hold on to that resentment towards your parents. It will haunt you. It will haunt you. And it's almost as if your parents would be controlling your life. They are, pretty much running, they're making you make decisions based off of your past hurt and resentment towards them. So you want to make sure, if you're able to, if your parents are still alive, have a conversation with them. Don't blame them for anything, but just let them know like how you felt as a child and how they made you feel. And just come off as if you are just letting them know how their actions affected you. That's exactly what I did with my mom and my dad. Now, honestly, I didn't think about how it would come off. I was just being honest because I was thinking, like, after I had already met the narc and the borderline, I was like, why do I keep attracting these kind of people? What is it? And I was like, I had to learn this behavior from somewhere. It just didn't come out of nowhere, right? And so I had a conversation with my mom. I had a conversation with my dad, and I asked him, I was like, I just felt like you guys didn't really love me. For one, you never said you loved me. The second thing is, I just felt like you guys didn't get to know me, or like you didn't really have any interest of getting to know me. It was just more so you focused on yourself. You made your money. You came home from work. You cooked dinner. And that was it. Like, I was provided for, and I thank them every day. Trust me. I have a great relationship with both my parents now. And even now, it's kind of sad, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. They still, from time to time, reject me. They still, from time to time, don't fully accept the person that I am. But I'm okay with that because I'm like, I accept me. I love me. God loves me. And that's all that I need, right? But with them, they don't. And it is what it is, right? It took a while for me to accept that, right? And if any of you guys dealt with that same thing, let me know. I'd love to hear. But yeah, I just had to let my dad know, like, hey, Dad, I didn't appreciate you, talking about my weight or making like little comments about how I looked, and I know that he didn't mean any harm. He was just being like playful. But when you're an empath, when you're sensitive, those kind of things, you may take those on, or you may think like, well, why would that person say that? And do they really believe that about me? That's my dad. Like, well, what are other people going to think? But the thing is, my dad or my mom will say things like that is because they don't know me. They don't know that I'm an empath. They didn't take the time to get to know me. And that's sad, right? It's sad, but that's the truth. So, yeah, even saying that is hurtful. I know, like, I try to like keep my composure, but it's just like that stuff, being sensitive. Yeah, you think about things like that, right? But yeah, so let your parents know how you felt. Don't blame them, but just say, when you said this or when you did that, that hurt my feelings. And I'm not blaming you for anything. I just want to let you know that this is how it made me feel. And so somehow we could either mend this relationship, or maybe we can just decide, like, we're not going to talk anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how things panned out for me. All right. So, and you can also do this with a sibling too. You can do this with a sibling or anybody that you feel that has hurt you. Anyone, you can also do this with a friend, right? So yeah, the next thing is you want to practice self-care, and you want to practice self-compassion towards yourself and towards those that you feel that have hurt you. Again, it's not about blaming your parents and saying, oh, you did this when I was a kid. Oh, I'm blaming you for everything. You know what I mean? You want to take responsibility and accept that you are an adult now and you can make better choices than your parents and you can make better decisions. And again, it's also about just recognizing that you matter, you are important, and you deserve to feel, needed. You deserve to get your needs met. And even if you have to meet your needs on your own, you have to be there for your inner child. Be that parent that your parents, wasn't able to be for you. Get to know yourself, spend time alone, and take care of yourself, love yourself, and get to know the things that you like and the things that you enjoy and the things that make you feel passionate and happy, right? So definitely practice self-care, practice self-compassion. Another thing that helped me was doing yoga, meditating, and just kind of just being with myself, even like hugging myself, right? I know that's crazy, right, you guys? Just hugging myself and loving on me was just healing and helpful, Okay, I was receiving a message. But yes, you guys, that's what I have. Oh, and the other thing is journaling, writing down what you experienced, writing down, again, how you was hurt, how you was made to feel rejected and abandoned by your parents and friends or other family members, or even some of us, we deal with church hurt. Have any of you guys ever been embarrassed when you were in church, maybe by the pastor or maybe other congregation members, or you just felt embarrassed in some way, where you just felt uncomfortable while being in church? I know, like myself, I felt like the church members, not all of them, but some of them were very they weren't narcissistic, but I guess they just had like a perception of me and my family and how we should have came off. It was different. I mean, I know that my church family, they loves me, right? I grew up in the church, but I don't know. I just remember like sometimes I would come to church and maybe my hair wasn't all the way fully combed, or I don't know. And, they may have said something to me like, oh, go comb your hair, or, oh, well, that dress doesn't look that cute, or Joy, don't do this. Joy, don't do that. And how I remember one time in particular, I may have came to church with my hair. It wasn't fully in a ponytail. And when I was younger, you guys, I had to tell you, like, how I styled my hair was just ridiculous. I had no clue about how to care for hair. And apparently my mom, I love her dearly. But I just don't necessarily think that she was really prepared to raise a family. Maybe it was financially, I'm not sure, but she is a great mother, very loving. Or I would say I knew that she loved me, but she never really said it until after my brother died, when I always talked about this to my mom and my dad about how that made me feel. Yeah. And then, so, one day I went to church and I think that my hair I guess it wasn't looking the greatest. And I remember the pastor, he was like, Joy, go fix your hair. Right. And it was kind of like in front of everybody. And I was thinking like, that was kind of embarrassing. So I don't know. That was just kind of something I always remembered. But you guys, let me know. Have you guys ever experienced church hurt? Let me know. But anyway, you guys, I hope that this video was helpful and insightful to you in any way. If you guys would like to learn more about this, on how to overcome childhood traumas or even heal after narcissistic abuse, please reach out to me. I love to hear from all of you guys. One of the things I wanted to say is I do have a 90-day coaching program, which I help people overcome narcissistic abuse. And the reason why I love this program is this is really for those that really want to heal from the past, that are ready for a change and a transformation, that are ready to stop dwelling on, the narc and what they're doing, that are ready to just be happy again, to feel confident, and to just live their life like how they used to previously, before you had met the narc, right? To gain that confidence again, to be happy and emotionally fulfilled, and like I said, you work with me one-on-one for a 90-day period. And yeah, we help you to gain awareness about what happened to you, focus on the problem and what we can do to help you to overcome narcissistic abuse. And then that third month, that's when we take action. And yeah, we move towards that recovery. And the thing is, it's not overnight. You know what I mean? That's why I always value coaching, because I honestly wish that I would have had a coaching program that I could have gone through while I dealt with narcissistic abuse, because I felt like I had to make all the mistakes and do the things that if I would have had someone that I coach with, it would have been a lot easier, because I would have had someone by my side. I would have had someone that would have been very supportive and saying, no, don't respond to those hoovers. Don't go back to them, because you're going to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Like if I would have had somebody that I was coaching with, it would have been a lot easier. It would have been a lot smoother, and it would have helped me to recover a lot faster versus, doing it on my own. Right. So I definitely encourage you guys, if you would like to learn more about how to overcome narcissistic abuse, please reach out to me. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And I'll see you all in the next video. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys learned from this video. Let me know if it was helpful and insightful. And do check out my other products and services. I do have how to set better boundaries, building better boundaries. That is a video course that I have. Definitely check that out if you are still wanting to learn how to be more confident with setting boundaries with others. I know it's difficult, because if you're an empath, you're probably sensitive and you just want to have peace with everybody. You don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want any conflict. I get it. But setting boundaries is necessary if you are a sensitive empath, right? You need it in your life for your own mental health, for your own sanity, right? And also I do have Letting Go of the Narcissist. That is actually a free download. You guys can visit that on my website. That link is below. I'm going to also have 7 steps to moving on from narcissistic abuse and 5 signs that you're dealing with a narcissist, which is very crucial to know when you're dealing with a narcissist, because some of us, we don't know at all, right? We have no clue. And, knowing if you are dealing with a narcissist will save your life, honestly. It will help you to be more aware, more sure of yourself. And you can, when you see the signs, use your intuition. Bam, you let it go. You save yourself from a heartbreak. You save yourself that pain, that anxiety, that depression, all that stuff, So yes, you guys, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll probably be back on here on Wednesday. And also, you guys, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Live Narc Free. Don't forget to get your Live Narc Free t-shirts as well. All right, you guys, enjoy your Sunday. Have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.